I forget how it goes. My brain's somewhere.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yo, what's going on, you guys? Prime Creator here, and today we are going to be unboxing some figures that I got throughout the month. When I get TFONE Mainline stuff.
Julio.
Yeah, Julio, July. There are going to be some few figures that I don't unbox in this video, only because I want to do like its own review. Today we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Damn it! I hope this doesn't take long. For our first batch today, we're going to start off with the TFONE Mainline stuff. So let's start with Sentinel Prime. I know the mainline stuff isn't like relatively the best figures to go for. Is it me? Or does he have a very punchable face? Can we just take a second to admire like the box art and stuff and all this? Because this actually looks like really good. So first things first, I will tell you that the backpack doesn't feel as solid. It's the backpack that's kind of annoying because it doesn't like to tab in all the way. It just comes undone relatively easy. His right side of the knee is really loose. I do like the coloring though. I do like the mixture of blue and like this goldish color. I do gotta give him credit when credit is due that they gave him an ankle pivot. I really hope we get to see Sentinel Prime more in the film. I hope he's not like a quick, maybe like 2-3 minute character. I hope that he's more like maybe like a 4 or 5 minute character. He does have a waist swivel, which I thank them for once again. But yeah, all in all, he's not that bad. Once again, these are mainline toys, so I don't expect studio series level. I think once you have him with like all the accessories, he looks a little bit better. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like the shield. I just wish that it wasn't pink, even though pink is a manly color, of course, don't get me wrong. Posability wise for a mainline, it doesn't do a bad job whatsoever. There are some poses that you can do, that you can pull off actually, that actually look relatively decent. So for that, I have to give this figure a solid, controversial 6 out of 10. I knew you were gonna say something when I said 6, because I know you rated him a 5. He's not that bad. He's... Next!
I see strength in you. Take these and access your full potential.
What is that? Oh, cool. So I snapped off his arm. Are you telling me that his backpack is supposed to be his cape?
Correct. From the front, it's supposed to look like a cape.
Does that look like a cape to you? It looks like a skirt.
Basically, just do whatever. You're like, yo, use your imagination. And imagine it to be a cape when it's clearly like a giant freaking like moon knight, crescent moon under his back. Yeah.
Well, all we can do is just use our, like Alfonso said, our imagination. So this is a cape. This is totally not a really bad backpack. The posability is way better than the Sentinel Prime for sure. I love the purple and magenta color they went with this. Just the overall feel of this figure just feels a lot better than Sentinel Prime. Detail wise, he looks fantastic. Paint wise, he looks good. But let's talk about the negatives. This backpack is really bad. I know there had to be some sort of way so that way like they can complex this a little bit more, like at least like this or something, but then it just, you know, it converts into the head. But I'm just relatively happy that we're going to be seeing Alpha Trion on the big screen for the very first time, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Like in the 21st century.
He holds these two accessories very securely, but I know they're mainly for the lion unicorn mode. And I'm actually really curious to see how this looks like, so give me 1 second. And there you go. There you have him in his beast mode, I'm going to call it for now. But this thing looks amazing. The transformation to get here was not hard whatsoever. It is relatively simple. One of the easiest transformations in my opinion. I like how you can integrate his little dagger and his big old sword into the beast mode to become his tail and his little unicorn thing. But yeah, this thing is an actual beast, and this is probably one of the highlights of this figure for sure. So for that, I have to give this figure a solid 7.5 out of 10. I believe this figure is fantastic. I think he looks great. I really enjoy this figure a lot. A significant upgrade to the Sentinel Prime. Next, for our next figure here, we do have Mainline TF1 Optimus Prime. Now, I know that I have the Studio Series one, but I got the Mainline because I wanted to see in person if it's better than the Studio Series one. So I'm gonna see for myself if this figure is actually worth it. Right off the bat, paint-wise, it doesn't look bad. Oh my gosh, he's tiny. He feels really light. Like, this is one of the lightest Optimus Primes I've ever held. His paint is not bad. I like the paint on this Mainline. This figure does a little bit better than the Studio Series one due to like that unpainted like kind of yellowing factor. I do love the blue. I do love the red. I like the light blue that goes around the like right through his chest. I love that. His backpack is not really that big of a backpack. He has no ankle tiltage whatsoever. They gave Sentinel Prime, they gave Alpha Trion ankle pivots. They didn't give this guy anything. Sure, in some angles you can get him to look really cool. Look how loose his head is. You guys see that? That's free. He comes with a matrix of leadership. Well, half of one. I know I have a brain fish of a memory, but I'm pretty sure that his matrix is supposed to like come all the way down. I am most likely gonna view this as my Orion packs and the Studio Series one be my Optimus Prime. And honestly, for a Mainline, it's not bad. I'm just surprised that Alpha Trion on Sentinel Prime, they gave him a lot more than Orion pack / Optimus Prime. He does come with one accessory, which is his axe. I do like the light blue color. I like the detail on the axe.
I wanted better. I was given worse. So he's back at the store.
You returned him.
I did!
Are you gonna go to the any early screenings?
No, but one day I will see it. And I will not be the one person there.
Wait, you're not gonna be seeing it by yourself?
No, there's a few people that are gonna be flying here. One of them might be Floridian. The other might be Floridian as well. And then there's a third one who may be a Texan.
I give this figure a solid 6 out of 10. I will most definitely be keeping this Optimus Prime in his alternate mode for sure, but that's roughly about it. Next! Oh, it's my boy! So fun fact, as I was doing like thumbnails and stuff for this, I heard something drop and so yeah, that's how he looks like right now. There's his waist. Even though this Bumblebee does not have any sort of ankle tiltage, his knee can pop out. So that way it can kind of like simulate if there was some sort of posability in the ankles. Paint-wise and sculpting-wise, they did a really great job with this. I really wish though that he had more like of a smiling face. I also like the different type of yellow that they went with this Bumblebee because it's not like your generic, you know, like Studio Series 01 Bumblebee. One cool little detail is that in the middle of his chest, you can see his T-Cog that he does get when they meet Alpha Trion. So that's actually really cool. But if you're like, oh, I don't like that, don't worry. One of his accessories is his actual front bumper of the car. Now, I'm going to tell you right now that off screen, I put this on so that way I can show you guys when I took it off. This, no joke, took me 10 to 15 minutes. I had to pull this thing out with a knife because of how tight it was. Hey, yo. So I'm warning you, if you ever want to see this again, you most definitely have to get a knife or like a screwdriver or something. I do like the Autobot symbol that he has right there in the chest. Once you plug in his bumper though, it looks way better for sure. His two other accessories comes with a little arm blade and he comes with a very, very tiny arm cannon. I do wish his arm cannon wasn't like super small, but it is what it is. I love the detail, I love the paint, and I definitely love that head sculpt. So for that, I have to give this figure a solid 7.5 out of 10 as well as Alpha Trion. I believe that this figure is great. He's not the best, but he's good enough to where if you want a really good B127, I'd say definitely go for this one. I wish there was a way like this can connect like a lot more securely, but as of now, just, yeah. This right here was a birthday gift by Orion Packs Pops. Thank you so much. Again, you didn't have to do that, but you did anyway. So thank you so much. So I can't wait to open this and see if, how good it is. First off, can I say rest in peace to this Decepticon soldier for taking a grateful blast to the head by Megatron. This thing is actually really sick. Now I know that he may not be the best Gamer Edition figure right now. I wish there was just more paint to him. There is some green, there is some purple. He does have that nice orange for like his face. Now I know for sure that his backpack is not the best. It's there, but it doesn't bother me as much as I thought it would. I think the only thing that bothers me is probably just the back of the thigh kibble. Even though the feet cannot do any sort of ankle tiltage, or it can't even go up and down, his feet are kind of sculpted in a way so there's like a little bit of an angle. It does help, but not relatively much. And plus, he can bend his knee, unlike Megatron. I mean, he comes with a waist swivel, he has a wrist swivel, and yes, I know he doesn't have a knee swivel or no ankle tiltage whatsoever, but I just feel like that this figure does enough to where it can impress you for sure. Now, one thing I love about Gamer Edition is how they integrate their weapons onto the figures. And just same thing like Sideswipe and Optimus, he does come with a weapon, and once you plug that in, it looks like if his arm converted into the arm weapon. And definitely when you put him next to Megatron and Starscream, he looks fantastic. So for that, I have to give this figure a solid 7 out of 10. It is not, of course, the best Gamer Edition, but I feel like he just does enough to where it will impress you for sure. Oh, I'm excited for this one. Skywarp. If you guys watched my recent short, I did find Skywarp. I found 2 of them at a Target. I know it's just a retool of like Blitzwing and Starscream and stuff, but it's the Seekers. Oh my gosh. Dude, this is sick. Can I just say that straight off the bat, I love the purple. Dude, he feels so solid. See, I knew this was gonna happen. The moment I get Skywarp, I'm like, I'm probably gonna have to get the rest. And yeah, I'm definitely getting the rest for sure. He does come with 2 blasters that you can connect to the wings, and he does come with like any other Seeker, his little arm blaster as well. The poses that you can do definitely feel menacing from this character. I do wish though he had a different head sculpt design, unlike Blitzwing, but you know what, it's okay. And yes, before anybody says the backpack is huge, this is literally accurate to the film. I love the Decepticon symbols that you can see in the back too. Gosh, I love this thing. So for that, I have to give this figure a solid 8 out of 10. I love this thing so much. I definitely recommend if you're trying to build your Bumblebee movie Seekers for sure. Hopefully you guys can find him because he's definitely worth it. I've been waiting since 2014 for this. Thank you to Camerobee for giving me this as a gift. Thank you so much. I have never owned this figure. I've always wanted to own this figure. I just never found him in person. Here we have the Transformers Age of Extinction 1967 Bumblebee. Dude, he looks so cool. I hope that they can make like an upgraded version of this. Dude, I'm sorry, but this is home. Now, straight off the bat, is this like one of the best Bumblebees anybody has ever made? No, there have been countless Bumblebees that are very much superior to this one. And I know that they re-released a 2-pack of Stinger and Bumblebee, and they called this figure a Studio Series number. I totally forgot. But I just hope that they remake this the right way. In my opinion, the robot mode is great. I love the robot mode. Posability wise, it is not the best whatsoever. It's a 2014 figure. My inner child is screaming right now, and I'm really trying super hard AO to compose it. One of the highest things that people praise this figure on is just how beautiful the 1967 Camaro mode is. Now for you guys, I will transform this, so give me 1 second. Dude, this is awesome. There's nothing that I would want them to change about this. Maybe like a red for the taillights. The matte finish on this, I really wish we saw this more in the film. The transformation to get here was simple. It was easy. The paint is there. It has 2 Autobot logos on each side. Definitely super happy. This is one of my favorite alternate modes for Bumblebee. My first love was the 1977 Camaro, but this was my second favorite. I just love this thing so much. Robot mode wise, is it the best? No, but it just feels so nostalgic. I know this figure is not the best posability wise whatsoever, I understand, but I'm gonna give this thing a solid 8.5 out of 10. I really love this thing so much. If there's any way you guys can find this figure, I highly recommend. Please update the robot mode, but keep this. But alright guys, that's gonna do it for me. If you guys are new, please make sure to like and subscribe. Also, make sure to keep those post notifications on so that way you guys don't miss any uploads that I do. But that's been your boy. Remember to stay calm and keep moving on. So I'll make sure to see you guys on the next one. Till all are one. Make sure to buy yourself a Bumblebee figure. It is like very important in life. If you don't buy a Bumblebee figure, then I don't know what you're doing.